Okay, this is for Sam in Georgia, I think. Anytone was this Quad 6 Pro. So this is the last one I got of these. Probably will be the last one I'll ever sell of these going forward too. Just don't like really selling the radios without warranties anymore, or buying them, because you buy them, they're yours. If they're broken or something, you get stuck with them. So from my standpoint, because I don't buy these from Amazon and sell them, that'd be ridiculous in that regard. So you know, it is what it is at this point. But they're still, you know, they're good working radios. I don't really like them in the car. Although I watched, this is your AM mod anyway, Sam. This is low power. Although I found an interesting video the other day on YouTube. There's a company overseas that makes like a special noise blanker box that you run outside the radio, and it really made the receiver in the video I saw look a heck of a lot better in the car. So that's what that looks like there. Would I spend the $200 and some to run this radio in the car? Probably not, because I can run my Grant XL and just use it as CB only is what it is, and it works outstanding. So I'm more just a CB guy in the car. If I want to use HF, I'll just use my, what is it, 891? It's my AT antenna. So there's that. Let's look at our transmit frequency really quick too. I've already checked it, but I'll just show you. So I don't have really any radios right now in stock on my site, and that's kind of on purpose because there's some personal matters going on, and it just, you know, I need to address certain things and can't be pulled in every which direction. So, but I do have stock on stuff. It's just right now I'm not really able to fulfill orders as fast as I'd like, so I pulled all the stock off the website. It just shows out of stock. So if you're looking for something, best bet is to sign up for an in-stock notification, and if I get time, I'll throw one on there, and you'll get an email showing that something's available. And then you know, don't wait, because somebody else probably has it too. So probably going forward, I'll just be selling Presidents and Strikers and that kind of thing, just because they do back their product, and just from a seller standpoint, it's just the better way to go. And the radio oddity stuff, I mean, just you're better off just buying it from them or buying it from Amazon or whatever. I mean, there's no sense me buying those and reselling them anymore, because it's just really counterproductive to what I want to do. I don't like to have like 50 radios here at a time. It's just too much. And it's not that I can't afford to buy them or anything like that. I just frankly don't want to. So there's a difference there. I'll still service them and stuff if somebody wants to send one, but as far as that goes, I'm not gonna stock that kind of stuff anymore for the immediate future anyways. Let's check the sideband on this. I've done so many of these radios, and the QT80, it's just like, it becomes almost like second nature. These ones are usually pretty good on sideband, but yeah, they can be improved. Obviously the average power is too high, and I'll peak. I'm trying to match those two numbers there, but this is a good radio for me for in the house if I want to just hook something up and have really good sound and audio and decent power, and pretty much, you know, just a go-to for that. But I don't really run it in the house. I got a couple of QT80s that I kept, and thinking I might sell one of them at least used or something later. So you may see that on the website at a certain point, but it's about 17, so it's not terrible. I make these about 24, but that's how it looks. So it's a little cockeyed looking. You can see our RMS there. So back this down. There's about 24, so that looks good. RMS drops. Lower RMS, more linear rounded signal. So we can do that. And we can look at it like that, and it looks pretty good. So that's about the gist of those. So let's get this sucker back into standard operation mode, and I'll save the file really quick with the file with the software that you can download, and then I'll come back and show you the power. It's a little warm, not too warm. You do have all the frequencies that you asked for. So basically everything the radio has, I'm just going to test it in this band because that's where my spectrum analyzer is. So I took a huge loss on some of these branded products and stuff, so I'm a little just, at this point I'm not looking to continue that in the future, and it's part of my decision process. So I'm happy to service them and stuff like that, but just going forward, buy them from one of the other retailers that either you can get your money back through the Amazon chain or however they want to do it there, or through like Radio Oddity or something, that or whatever vendor you choose. But I kind of choose not to carry this stuff anymore. And that's the beauty of me running my own business. I can decide on what I want to do and what I don't want to do. Nobody can tell me anything to do or not to do, and that kind of thing. So that's a good thing. We got to keep it fun, and it's never fun when you lose. So anyways, let's get the file saved back to the computer. I just back up the original data that was in it, and then I back up the data that I changed. So if anybody doesn't know, there's that software that you can download, and then you can read from radio. So that's what I'm going to do. So you can see there, read complete. So that's all the parameters for this radio. Now that doesn't help anybody on their radio because they're always different. You can see my radio of dream radio here. Maybe someday I'll get one of those. But I like my 590 SG. If I was going to get this one, I would send it to AC-Mod directly and just have him do his thing. And then it would be brand new radio, come back and be the real deal. But I use a RSP1A. I think that's what that's called. And I get the waterfall display and all that stuff anyways on my computer with my lower cost Kenwood. So it's a good combo. Let's put a mic on here. These are my mic of choice. Obviously, if somebody else likes another mic, that's up to them. But we're going to go into the mic type. Mic gain can stay up all the way. I'm going to switch it to Dyna. I got an adapter on here, so this is a 4-pin, but I do have the 6-pin. All the mics and stuff are still available to buy. Just the radios right now. I'm taking a break. I got some Richards coming. Good customer of mine. He loves those Richards, so his will be the last ones that I finish up. I think I got a Stryker and a Washington, and then I'm going to be taking a break for a little bit again. Okay, so here you go. So got the RF power up all the way, and PP. So here's the PP on the LP100A, so pretty close to 100 watts anyways. 80 to 100 is what the radio should do, and that's what it's doing. That's how it looks on my spectrum analyzer there. So I'm kind of zoomed on the phone a little bit, but I think it's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Check. Hello. That looks good. And quickly show AM. FM I set to 50, and then all the way down is 1. AM it's 1 all the way down, and about 16 or so all the way up. There's our 16 or so right there. And then we're seeing upwards of 50, 60, 70. Sometimes it'll go a little higher, but for the most part, like right there, it's going to be anywhere from 60 plus on up. Sometimes it's hitting 80. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how it looks over there. So it's real clean. There's not a lot of aggressive AM here. Some guys like a little more aggression, and this isn't the radio for you if that's what you want. So if you like it really clean, then this is the radio for you. Simplest way to put it. Let's put that RF power at the minimum setting. Oh wait, let's go back and just quickly show. This meter doesn't do you any justice on RMS, but I'll show it. This is 100 watt on the bottom. Hello. So these meters kind of suck. So do the birds, I think, for RMS. I have this is brand new. The bird I have is brand new. They don't really show RMS properly from the way I look at it. This meter does. This meter does a pretty good job. But then again, you know, there's not a ton of RMS on these radios, so again, if that's something you're looking for, then you know, this isn't the radio for you unless it's modified or something. I could probably modify it, but it's not really my thing, so I don't really worry too much about that stuff. But I'm sure there's a mod that could be done. But again, I just hook up a Quad 5 N2 or QT60 or something like that. It's going to be way more aggressive if that's what you want, or the 955 or 655 plus. So it's all about what, you know, somebody's looking for. You can't get everything out of everything. So here's the low power 1 watt carrier. This is the PEP, so you know, it's very much tamed down on the low side, so there's some NPC function, but I wouldn't run it personally if I were you. I don't think it really helps or anything like that, but it is in there in the menu, so if you wanted to try it. But I don't really think it really helps you any, so we've been there before on the other radios, the Aries 2 and the QT40, and it really wasn't something that I recommended. But again, people buy the radios, they can do what they wish with them. So there's that. And yeah, if you don't like it turning red on transmit, you can change that color to whatever you want. You can make it stay green, you can make this a different color. So all the features are here, and that's pretty much it. So I'm going to show you the receiver really quick, and then I'm going to call your order a wrap. Okay, so here's the AM receiver on this radio. So RF gain's all the way up, and I got NB and A&L on, but this is 30% mod, I think. Let me double check that. Yep, 30% depth. That's your percentage of mod. I don't know if that, there it goes. So we'll just show that. We got the 20 dB attenuator like always, and she's right at about 12 there, so that's good. I'll do SSB really quick. Come back and show that. Okay, so there's upper sideband clarifiers at 12 o'clock, and RF gain's all the way up. NB's on, NB's off. It doesn't do anything in the house. It's only for spark plug noise and stuff. But in my car, they don't cut it, so that's why I can't run it. It actually makes this like terrible whoosh whoosh sound, and I just can't stand it. So, but it's got a good receiver for in the house. You know, I can deal with it in the house. It does pretty good, but I think they're a little too sensitive still myself. I think it's almost like the radio's running a preamp. You can back the RF gain down on it, but I find that it's not real selective. It goes from like full on everything received to very quick jump. You know, it's not really linear, so that's just what I think. But you know, I like my Kenwood over there for running in the house because it has a preamp on off. I generally don't like to run the preamp because it just brings in unwanted noise with it, and you know, preamps are what they are, but some guys like it, and I think these radios are like basically like a preamp when you have the RF gain all the way up, and a lot of other ones too, but again, that's just my general assessment. So a lot of guys really like these. They're very popular. QT80 is very popular. Just not for me in the car, unfortunately. I'd rather go with a CRT 9900 or a original Quad 6. I've had great success with those in the car. Way less noise and quality receiver. I mean, still quality receiver even for the older rig. Just the NB circuit works real good in my car, and it kills out all that extra noise, and it doesn't cause any like distortion on the incoming signal. I can hear real weak signals in the car. On these radios in my car, I get like this whoosh whoosh sound, and it's just it doesn't work right. So apparently there's like a fix or something out there, but I won't try it. You know, for the amount of effort it would take, it's just not worth it for me. One of my friends, he might try it and let me know if it's something that actually worked. I don't know if it works or not. I'm not going to get into all that or anything, but you can always buy that preamp, or not preamp, that NB thing. It's like a box. There's a video on YouTube. I'm not going to really post a link or anything, but you can find it if you search like external noise blanker. It's like a custom made unit with a few dials. Pretty cool. But for the cost of that, I mean, it's, you know, what it is. The guy's got to make money, and it's international shipment, so it makes sense. But all in all, I still like these radios. It's just not for the car. I have to use the old style in my car. It's just too noisy. Old style AT-6666 or like a Lincoln 2 Plus is good in my car. Obviously Grand XL, but enough about that. Got your radio all set for you, Sam. I'm going to get it boxed and ready to head your way. Thanks a lot, and have some patience. The few customers that are left, I'll get your orders out as soon as I can. 73.